Hi, and welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today. And I have a great topic for you that I think almost all of us experience at least at one or two points in our life, sometimes more, is where we have a to-do list that is overwhelming. And we have things on our to-do list that are rolling from day to day to day and never getting crossed off. So, what's harmful about this is that we sometimes beat ourselves up and we have this nagging in the back of our mind that takes up a lot of our thought process, a lot of our thinking and creative energy, and we aren't able to use that energy on something more productive in our life until we can cross off that to do or eliminate that should do from our list. So, think about the things right now that might be on your list that have been there for days, weeks, months, maybe even years. Sometimes we do end up with things on our list that just roll month to month to month, and we never quite get around to them. And what I want you to do is sit quietly and look at each item and decide, is it a priority or is it not? So, two things can happen here. You might decide that yes, it's a priority, and it is because of what? And that's the question you do have to ask yourself. If you think something's a priority, what's your end goal there? Like, what is your true desire around it? Because chances are that task on your to do list is not really what your outcome is, it's just a way to get there. So identifying what your desired outcome is can often change the game. On the other hand, if you decide something is not a priority or you realize that it's not something that fits into your life right now, I want you to do one of two things. If it's not a priority at all, this is something maybe that someone else has said you should do or suggested, and you thought, yeah, that's a great idea, I'll put that on my list. And now you're like, no, that doesn't really fit me. Throw it out. Just don't keep rolling it next to next. Go ahead and release it. Just let it go. If it's something that you feel like you do want to do, just not right now, you just don't have the time or the space for it right now, I want you to put it on a future to-do list. Put it down for January 2020 to look at again. And when you come to that date, do this again and look at each of those to-dos that you've put on there. And once again, decide if they're a priority for you or not, and if they fit into your life now or not. Then hopefully you'll have a list that has things on it that you really intend to do and things that are important to you and end goals that go along with them. So, for example, if working out is on your list every day, you decide it as a priority for yourself, you have to ask why. And for me personally, mine is that I want to be strong, I want to be flexible, I want to be confident, and I want to feel like my body supports me in everything I want to do, no matter what it is. I want to be able to go do it when I want to. So when I established that, that to do is still on the list, but now I also have the motivation for it, which is really important to actually get you to do the first step, which is the most important step, and that's to actually start. You have to take that first step and start, or that to do just rolls and rolls and rolls. So once you decide that you've got your list of things you do want to do, then for each of them, sit quietly again and ask yourself, what are the roadblocks that you're coming up against? What are the excuses you give yourself every day because you know you are? Every day when you go to bed and you haven't done that thing, there are reasons. What are the reasons that you're telling yourself why you didn't get it done? That is going to open up just a huge space for you. It's going to let you be very creative about how to address each of those roadblocks by actually writing them down and acknowledging them. Because something we whisper to ourselves as we're falling asleep doesn't solidify in our brain very well. And we wake up the next day and we're just beating ourselves up for not doing the thing that we thought we were going to do yesterday. So then the next step is to think creatively about those roadblocks. So I'm going to give you an example from my life that I conquered, and it was working out. So I had it on my list that I had to work out for an hour every single day, 60 minutes, because that's what my personal trainer said, and that's what experts say. And every day it was still on my list unchecked. So I sat down and I said, is this a priority for me? Is this actually what I want? And I decided that working out was a priority for me, and it was because I wanted those things, right? I wanted the strength and the flexibility and the confidence and the ability that comes with being really sound in my body. And then I wrote down all my excuses every night. I ran out of time. I don't have an hour every day to do this. Working out for an hour physically depletes me. It makes me exhausted and wish that I didn't start. I get bored. I don't want to put on my shoes. Silly as it sounds, that was literally one of the excuses I was using, was that I didn't want to put on my shoes. So once I could look at those and actually see them written down, I was able to ask myself, is this really true? Now this is key. If you have an excuse and you have your reasons why you didn't get something done, ask yourself, is this really true? So yes, it was really true that those long workouts made me feel really tired, and I really didn't have the time. I wasn't making it an hour priority at least. So I gave myself permission, and this is a wonderful tool. I do hope you'll use this. Give yourself permission to modify that goal. And I decided that any amount of time every day was fine. If it was 2 minutes while I was waiting for my cup of water to heat up in the morning for my tea, if it was 45 minutes to do a long dance cardio video, that was fine. So any amount of time. That roadblock, gone. Gave myself permission to just throw it out the window. The next one about my shoes, I gave myself permission to work out barefoot. That was the thing. I didn't want to put on shoes, so I said, fine, don't put on shoes. Now, I am not encouraging you to do this. I don't want you to do something that would be physically harmful for yourself. So if you are examining your excuses and these type of things come up, please consult your doctor first. And I'm just saying, for me personally, I was able to make that decision. I was able to say, yes, I can work out without shoes, and just totally get rid of that roadblock. And now I'm so proud of myself, and I'm able to say every single day I get up and I work out, and I cross that off my list. I check that off proudly, and I do shorter workouts. The dance cardio videos, I found that I could fast forward to my favorite part. I gave myself permission to only do my favorite part of the workout video. And so what if I'm not doing it perfectly? So what if I'm not doing the entire time? I'm having fun, and when I'm done, I'm not exhausted from a long workout. I don't feel depleted. I have achieved my goal. I feel stronger. I feel more flexible. I feel more confident. And I really feel like I can conquer the world. That was really my goal. That little task just got me there. So I hope that you'll think about similar things with your own to-do list. This can apply to anything. If you've got, cleaning your house, if on your to-do list is vacuuming or dusting or updating your resume so that if a job opportunity comes along, you're prepared for it. If you have to walk your dog every day, whatever it is, I hope you look at those things and ask, what's my real desired outcome? And what are my excuses? And how can I eliminate those excuses? How can I delegate those excuses? If there's things that you don't want to do, can someone else do it for you? Can you pay your kid $5 a week to empty the dishwasher and dust the shelves? It'll open up those creative capacities for you to start to think a little bit outside of the box, if you will, and break some of those rules that other people may have told you. You have to do something a certain way, maybe not. And really focus on the parts that make you happy. Focus on your actual intention. So these to-do lists, really lead you towards an intention. And just to share an interesting story with you quickly, there was a lady who had a closet full of scrapbooking materials. And one day she looked at this and she's like, I have spent so much money on all these scrapbooking papers and stickers and books and things and never do it. And what she realized was it wasn't the scrapbooking she wanted to do, it was the time and creativity she wanted to have. And so then she was able to look at that more creatively. She ended up giving away all her scrapbooking stuff, and she actually found that she was more interested in doing a different kind of leisure activity. But when you actually sit yourself down, look at it honestly, you will find as well that you'll be able to clear that space and think creatively, and you'll feel so much more productive when you're actually accomplishing the things that you intend that benefit you the most. So I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment below with some of those to-dos that you have that keep rolling day to day and you can't ever seem to get started, or you can't seem to maintain or keep going on them. And let me know what some of your excuses are, what some of the reasons are that you don't do them, what your roadblocks are, and what kind of walls you hit as you're trying to achieve those goals. And next week, I'll be doing a live Google Hangout, and I will start addressing some of these goals and roadblocks live with you. And I hope you can join me as well on that live Google Hangout. And then you can ask me questions and I can coach you live for free. And I do hope this video serves you well. Please like it if you liked it. Please share it with anyone and everyone that it might benefit. I would love for you to share it. And please subscribe to my channel, and please join me on my website as well so that you don't miss out on any of my free coaching resources. My website is colleenbean.weebly.com. Please fill out my contact form to get on my mailing list as well for my weekly newsletter. And I can't wait to talk to you soon, hopefully on a Google Hangout Live, and if not, in the comments below, or feel free to contact me again through my website at colleenbean.weebly.com. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.